Hello, I'm Luca De Rio, and today I want to show you how the photometric lights are used inside 3ds Max 2016 and vray 3.2. So let's see the scene quickly, and I have my camera. It is a physical camera pointing in this direction. We have a furniture, sofa, some table and some stuff here around. You may notice that with the version 2016, when I pass with a mouse cursor over the object, they are highlighted. This is quite cool functionality. Of course, it can be deactivated, but it's not the topic of this lecture. I have two lights. I have one light from the right direction, pointing here to the center, and another one here from the left. I'm talking right and left according to the camera position. So I have these two lights, and I show you the result of when I'm using them. So I deselect this light that will be the core of our lecture, and I start a render. So as you can see, the scene has the light arriving from the left, and we have this panel that is creating this soft shadows effect. And the soft shadow is something like this that starts quite sharp close to the object, and when the shadow is more far away from the object, is getting smooth and smooth. Also, we have the same example here on the wall, and it's the light, the shadows casted from this light. So this is the scene that we have with just one light, this one on the left. Now, this light is obtained creating one light, kind of V-ray light, and I'm using the plane. So I clicked and dragged, and I created this kind of light, and I placed it in the proper position. So let's see the parameter that I used. I'm using a certain intensity multiplier. This is related with the exposure of the camera, so it can be high, it can be low. It depends really a lot on the camera exposure and the amount of light that enters here inside. I have a temperature to define the color. I wanted a coldish, this bluish effect, so I'm over 6500 Kelvin degrees. I have the size of this object, and the wider the size of the light emitter, the softer and the smoother will be the shadows. I have some sampling for the quality of these shadows, and well, that's it. These are the options. I turn it off, and I want to create here one light emitter for this spotlight. Now, in real world, how the spotlight is created, how the fixture is created, will affect the light propagation inside the scene. In 3D computer graphic, we can simulate this situation. So, of course, we can create a proper model here of the light fixture, but we can as well model just the light emitted. So we can have the light behaving like a proper real world fixture, without modeling or investing too much time in it. How I'm doing it is through the light, the V-ray light, named Real IES. With this method, I can create a targeted light. So, like I did before, I can create one here for you. I can click, drag, and drop. And doing so, we have a light emitter and a direction. This direction is defined by the target, so I can position my light where I need it. Now, I already have this kind of light, and this one that I selected, and here are the options. I start enabling it, so the light will be turned on, and I need a file. This file will define how the light is emitted. So we need to surf online to find some IES file you can find on a manufacturer like Philips or other, but you need to invest time to search if you want a narrow light or if you want a wide angle light. There is a software that can be downloaded from www.realies.com that offer the professional solution in photometric file generation. So with this software we can generate photometric light. It has some feature like compatibility, data structure, user interface, photorealism, and here is how it works, and it can be downloaded for PC and for Macintosh. So I already downloaded my version and it's here on desktop. I can drag and drop this slider to create the intensity for the various angles. I can also click here and I can check which angle I'm working on. I have this basic mode that is offering me this nice angle here where I can see what I'm going to create. So if I want this kind of light emitted by my Vray IES, I can save the file. Well, actually when I save the file, it's saved on the desktop and here is the resulting file. Or I can check in the advanced mode where I have information about candelas, lux, lumen, watt, and distance and so on. Now I know that the distance between the light emitter and here is more or less 2 meters or a little bit more. So here I can use 250 centimeter, 2.5 meters. The power is not so interesting feature anymore. It's a kind of deprecated feature for our light intensity, but I leave it 75 watt. And the lumen I need 10,000 lumen to be physically correct. So I have an efficacy of 133 lumen per watt. And here I can define the intensity of the various angles, defining the amount of candles. So I think I want something like can use something like this. So this intensity of candle per angle. I have the realistic or the theoretical method. This give us the possibility to have more precise number with the realistic. The theoretical is just for mathematical possibilities of the total amount of candle that we can obtain from a light of this flux according to the steradian in the position of 0 degrees. So let's check with the basic how the light will look. More or less you see that the main intensity is in the narrow angles and is fading, and we have more intensity here in 40 degrees. I just need to save IES and this file is updated. Now I can even close my software. I can show you in a folder just because of how the file is created. You see that the icon is representing here the shape of my emitted light. So this was just to show you guys how is the light being represented. Now I need to go back in 3ds Max, select my IES light and load this file. I can open it. Here I have some option according to the rotation, how I want to change the position. And here I just decided the shape because by default we have a point, but I prefer to have a circle, so we can have this circular emitter, you know, for the soft shadows that I was telling you before. And here I have the power, the intensity, that is 10,000 lumen is what got saved in that file, and I can quickly render just this view. And here is the render. So you can notice here the various angles. We have a quite stronger light here, even stronger here, and according to the narrowness of the angle, the light is stronger and stronger. So the main intensity is in this direction, but still we have some light on the border. Now, to see the final result, I just need to activate this light because you see how how warm is the final render. So I want to cool it down, and I'm using these two lights with different intensity and the right and left. I press render and that will be the final result. So this is everything on how to use the IES light inside vray. Thank you for watching.